Hello and welcome to another edition of My Wednesday from the Wednesday week. I hope you've all been enjoying these episodes, listening to all Wednesdayites have their love and their history with the club. So this week I'm joined by Jack. Hi Jack, how are you doing?
Yeah, good mate. How are you?
Oh yeah, not too bad, thanks. Not too bad, not too bad. Obviously people just want to know your story, mate. So should we take it right? But I'm not going to insult you by saying how many years, but we'll take it back to the beginning. What made, or who made, or what was the decision in your becoming a Wednesdayite?
My dad, which is probably most people's way of becoming a Wednesday fan, because I wasn't even born in Sheffield. I was born in York. My dad grew up in Sheffield, and probably started following, I don't know, early 70s, I reckon, or maybe late 60s. So he always tells me 70s was the worst times ever, worse than what I've been through. But I doubt that.
Well, I mean, we're not. I'm of a certain age, and I don't remember them times. Thank God, I wasn't around then. But yeah, I'm the same, mate. I think I've seen some pretty low points, but nothing compared to some other people. So was it? Did you take it to Hillsbury very often? Obviously, if you did you live in Sheffield from York, or did
no? I never. I've just lived in York, so I was born in York, and yeah, my dad told me, he took me to, I think it was 94 season. We beat Sheffield United 3-1. Andy Pearce scored, but I don't have any clue about that.
You mean you don't remember Andy Pearce's luscious locks?
I do, because I've watched the 93-94 season review plenty of times over the years. But yeah, that is my earliest. Well, my dad tells me, took me, and I always have a picture in my head of being on the cop as a kid. My dad holding me up, like in the sunshine on the cop. But that's all my early memory I've got. I can't really remember it, to be honest. I must have been about 4, I reckon, at the time.
I'm terrible. My memory. I can't remember like 3 weeks ago. I mean, my memory is terrible, and I'm the same when it comes to the history and the who, what, where, and why. So obviously, 93, 94 coming off a great season.
So at least I can say I was there, but I can't remember it.
There's plenty. Luckily, there's plenty of clips and YouTube videos to get the nostalgia going.
I've watched them all when I was younger. I was just all the time. I had them on video.
Me too, mate. So if you can obviously remember-ish Andy Pearce. Is there any players then you thought when you were a little and 4 or 5 years old that you can think?
Well, 95 was when we moved to Cornwall, so I'd never got to go that often. We never. Oh, I can't remember if we did. I remember one game we was in London and we got an away ticket. No, we got a home ticket at Stamford Bridge, and Di Canio pulling a Mooney at the Chelsea fans, and we was with the Chelsea fans. I remember that quite well. So obviously Di Canio, Carboni, I love them from 95 to 2000. So they were my favourite players, and I used to go out in the street in St Ives and wear my Wednesday kit, pretending I was Carboni, Di Canio, when all my mates were in their Man United kits. You know what it was like down here.
Yeah,
all my mates were Man United fans because there's no clubs down here. Except for Plymouth.
Well, we'll skip over that one.
So I'd say Carboni, Di Canio, my favourite. I used to like Andy Booth for some reason, probably because I thought I looked like him when I was a kid.
Did you play like him though?
Yeah, possibly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people will be like agreeing with you there. I mean, obviously the Di Canio Carboni era. I mean, it was great for the club. I mean, obviously it ended a bit sourly on things, but I mean that's where we're at. But for obviously supporting from afar, and obviously going in the street and playing in your way, I bet you got some fun. I bet you got some funny looks.
Yeah, I did, but I did definitely, because there's not many my age out of Wednesday fans. But then we was in the Premiership at the time, so people knew about us more then. In a way, they still know about us now, but I had that advantage that was in the Premier League and was playing Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's not like you'd moved down, excuse me, and we're in the league we're in now in League One, and it's obviously with the media and the TV and everything, Premier League is the all coming beast, isn't it? So
it is.
It's quite new then. It was quite new, obviously 4 or 5 years old, isn't it?
It was. Yeah.
So it must have been. So it was like your Sheffield Wednesday input was match of the day or the highlights. Did you manage to get up much? Obviously coming back visiting or anything?
From 95 to 2000, I can't remember much except for the Chelsea game. I remember one game, 2001. We played Norwich City. I think it was in December. Me and my dad went and we lost 5-0. I think Sibon played. Pressman might have been in goal. Danny Maddox. Random players, and they were bad. To be fair, I think some of the players playing then. I remember that game. That was game into, and then obviously being in the lower leagues after 2000, playing local teams down here. So Plymouth, go to Plymouth every time we're down here. Exeter City. Went to Torquay United when we played there. Yeah.
You're talking the living the high life is a Wednesday out there, mate, aren't you?
Yeah. Jesus. So one benefit of being down in Division 1, Division 2, whatever, we got these local teams down here that are down here. So Torquay was 2004, 2005, I think, when we won 4-2. So that was a good day, to be fair. The promotion season, wasn't it? I think
2005. Yeah, the start of the 4-5 season.
Yeah.
I mean, you got. I mean, it must be hard. Obviously, you're a Wednesdayite. You follow the team and being so far away and stuff. Obviously, I don't live near Hillsborough. I'm about 20 minutes away, so I'm not 4.5 / 5 hours or what it is. So it's like it must be totally different for you, but obviously, like you say, you've got the shirts on.
I've got all the shirts.
Yep, but there you go. That's the thing that you're probably a supporter the club really loves. Then it buys all the merchandise.
Yeah, I do. Growing up, with all the shirts every season. I'd want a new shirt or whatever. This was my dad's. I think. There's as old as me.
Yeah, the original.
1990 or 89 or whatever. But
yeah, they've done a few reproductions of them, haven't they? So and if you're listening on audio, it's the I'm gonna say, I think I'll say the famous, because it is quite beloved by a lot of Wednesdayites. It's the yellow and light blue, which has been a bit replicated this season, haven't they? Or tried to. So. But the original, Jack's got the original one on.
It's definitely an original. And as old as me.
I would never have been able to fit in one anyway. So I'm a guy of a certain size, and football shirts doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter what era they're from; they just don't look good on me anyway. So I try to stay away from that. So, going? Shall we say? Is there anything you can think of? I know you're saying about you don't really remember that many games and things, but is there anything that you can stand out of the last? I'd say, what is it now? 20 years or so that is a moment for you.
Obviously, Cardiff 2005, we were there. That was a great day.
Yeah, you managed to go.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, travelled up
Yeah.
from Cornwall, and yeah,
Oh.
what a day that was.
Yeah.
Lucky in the end. When I look back, you think that penalty was a bit dubious, wasn't it? And the sending off, but I didn't care at the time.
I will put my hand up, and I'll put my hand up now. I turned a ticket down,
Did
so
you?
I am an idiot. I am one of the idiots that had the very good chance to go, but yeah, turn it down. I don't know why. I can't even explain why. It's just I didn't really. It was only till I've got people listening. I've got a 14-year-old son, so he's the reason I got back into going to the games. I didn't really go that much when I was younger. So when I was 2005, newly married, I was. That's probably why. There we go. That's why. That's probably why I didn't go. But I mean, great day, great memories.
It was a good day. That season, I like that season. To be fair, I went Torquay away. I said about Plymouth away. I would have went. I think that was a night game. I know, it might not have been. I don't know. And I went Peterborough away that season. Actually, me and my dad did. Random one.
Yeah,
I think it was going up to York, and they were playing Peterborough, so we took a detour and went Peterborough.
Unfortunately, somewhere I haven't been. I missed Peterborough this season. They played. It was the end of August, weren't it, when Reece James got sent off? I was away on holiday, so I've missed Peterborough. So I've not been that one, but so hopefully I won't get the chance to go back, if you know what I mean.
yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. It's hopefully anyway this season.
Yeah.
So I'll move on. So if there's obviously you've spoke about Carboni, Canio, you like a bit of a flair player, Andy Booth. I mean, that's left field, that one, Jack. I've got to say.
It is a bit, isn't it?
But for me, it was in that sort of era was Nicholas Alexanderson.
To be fair, I forgot about him. I did like Alexanderson, yeah.
For some reason, I don't know what it is. I think it's just the novelty of a Swedish international and a good prospect.
He was a good player.
He was a good player. So for me, he was that. What about in the what should we call it? Should we call it
early 2000s? Early 2000s?
No, let's go. Let's go the Chancery years. So obviously in the last 5-6 years, we've moved on a bit. We've got a new owner in.
Yeah.
Splash the cash. What were what was your? I'll tell you what was your initial thoughts of Chancery?
Well,
I don't know why I've asked you this, mate, but you know he owns the club at the minute, so
me and my girlfriend, we moved to York in we moved back up in 2014. So all my life I wanted a season ticket. I managed to get a season ticket. I had a season ticket for 2.5 years. So that was the year before Chancery was there.
Yeah,
I think we only won 5 games, and then he took over. Was it 2015?
15, 16, yeah.
Yeah. So I had a season ticket then. And when I heard about it, I thought, yes, finally I was happy with it.
Yeah.
Thinking, finally we're going to get back to the Premier League. He's got a load of money, and we nearly did, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I was happy at first with him, but looking back now, there's been a lot of mistakes. But then money, I don't know. That's what you need in football, isn't it? And we spent it, and it didn't work out. So
I think, my view was that he came in, bought the club, and gambled really, which looks like he threw quite a bit of money at him. Money at it, probably bought the wrong players. I mean, at the time we got to the playoff finals for 30 odd minutes away from Premiership.
Yeah, and it could have been a whole lot different by now.
It could have been. We could have been owned by a Saudi state or something, you know. It could have sold it on and all sorts. You never know.
I know at the time when he was spending the money, I didn't really think of the consequences if it didn't work out. So I was kind of happy at the time, but now not so happy. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
of course, it's
I
turned
think a
out
lot
to
of people
be.
would say that.
Yeah,
You
it's
should have
turned out to
managed
be.
it better. Yeah. So
It's turned out to be a bit of a gamble that's not paid off up to now, but you never know what happens in the future. But,
no, you don't, do you?
things could turn around, and we could have a bit of good luck and stuff.
Yeah,
So
things can only get better, can't they? From now. So yeah.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully.
Yeah. We've been there before.
Well, that's it. There we are. 2005 promotion.
Yeah.
So we've done it once, and we can do it again. No
yeah,
doubt.
definitely. Yeah, we can.
What? So what about your current thoughts on the current squad? I mean, players and just the whole.
Yeah,
obviously, it's a bit not thing. Obviously, you live in Cornwall. You're quite far away. You're seeing it from the outside. You're following everything by social media or TV or radio, however you do.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? I mean, it's squad favorite player.
Favorite player, got to probably say Bannon, just because how long he's been there for, and not many players stay at the same club, especially when you get relegated, do they? And obviously, I think he definitely wants us to get back up, doesn't he? And he wants to do it. So I'd have to say Bannon. With a squad, obviously the 23 game unbeaten run, they were brilliant. And now, I don't know, they can't go that bad overnight. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, the squad's there. I think beginning of the season, if for me, like a lot of people were saying that we had the strongest squad in the league, and if you looked probably man for man to other teams, you'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the six we Byers, Folks, Bannon, and then getting in. We had Dennis, Dickinson, and Bashiri. I thought we're sorted in midfield, but then lately, obviously, they haven't stepped up, have they? Dickinson, Dennis or Bashiri, really. And
time will tell, because obviously, by the time this podcast might go out, we could be talking totally different things. We could we don't know. So if you're listening and this and whatever happens in the next God knows how many weeks, we'll either be right or wrong. I think so. It's a hard one.
With Darren Moore, I've always quite liked him. I have. My dad was we'd sack him, or at one point, because at Plymouth, I was at the Plymouth game when we lost at their place, and when he took off Windass and Bannon, when we was on top, that was a strange decision. But I thought you got to give him time, and I don't know. We'll see at the end of the year what happens, but he would have had 2 chances. So,
I mean, for me, obviously in the Championship, he came in with, was it 13 games left?
Yeah,
something like that. And he did have a chance to stay up. He really did, but I don't blame him.
No,
for what happened before. Obviously, if we'd have kept up on the last game of the season against Derby, then yes, brilliant, fantastic. Went down, not his fault. But some of the stuff that's been said between then and even present day now about Darren Moore, it's harsh. He's done a good job. But he has. So it's always the same, though, isn't it? You look at the substitutions in highlighted games, like you've just said against Plymouth, and he makes the wrong substitutions, we lose the game. Yeah. It's highlighted.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I can remember last season we were losing at half time. I think it was 1-0 to Doncaster away, and I think he brought Berahino and I want to say Patterson on. And they both scored in the second half, and we won 2-1.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I'm totally wrong there, Wednesday nights, but my but do you know what I mean? So
no one brings that out, do they?
Yeah. So you could say that, but obviously it's more amplified when results don't go your way, and then people can highlight, oh well, X, Y, Z, he didn't do this. But for me, I mean, he's doing if obviously once again listening to this, you'll all know what's happened by the time. So if there's guys on the podcast, some of the other podcasters have always said it's promotion or nothing, so he's got to go. There's some people that say probably he may have been unlucky with injuries this season and things, so give him a bit of slack. But for me, who on the manager sense, Jack? We'll go back. I know we're going backwards and forwards, but that's not mine. We can do what we like. I'm hosting, mate. I'm hosting. We can do it. So managers then on that form, we've had some colourful managers, shall we say? We've got we've got the big Ron. We've got David Plea. We've got one Paul Sturrock, obviously. Is there any managers that you think? They say you like Darren Morris, you like Darren Morris?
I do like Darren Morris. Yeah, he's good.
Is there any of the ex-managers that you'd like? Tell you what, you'd like. I don't know if you drink beer, Jack, or if you're a wine man, or you don't drink at all. So you'd go for a beer with.
Yeah,
you'd socialise with. You'd think, actually, I'd like to pick his brains. You know. Apart from Josh Lukai, because you can't have him, mate.
Who would go for a beer with? Oh, it's a difficult one. That I don't think any of them. Trying to think the manager.
Carlos Carvalhal. I'd ask him why.
I think he'd be good for a night out. Maybe not just one beer. I think he'd be a good night out kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I like Paul Sturrock. I did like Paul Sturrock at the time.
Yeah.
He was a good manager. And I remember because he was obviously Argyle manager before, did well with them. So I had obviously down here, you hear a lot about Argyle, and I did like Paul Sturrock.
He's.
I like Brian Laws was good as well. To be fair, I thought he did a good job with the situation at the club at the time, didn't he?
At the time,
yeah. Thinking of it, he was good.
It's always hard with managers because you always associate them with good times or success, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, so you'd say like Trevor Francis.
Yeah.
Big Ron. I mean, for all obviously his history and things like that. I mean, for Sheffield Wednesdays, and he had a good first period. Second period, they come back. He didn't really do a great deal, but I mean,
he kept us up, didn't he? That year when he came back.
Yeah. Some of the stories you hear about. We had a chat with a lot of the players in lockdown. We did like some chats, ex-players and things, and it was some of the stories they came out with it with Big Ron. It's like unbelievable. That makes the myth, and I won't say legend, but it makes the man, doesn't it? When you hear from ex-players who he had, it's one of those things, isn't it? So, is there? You mentioned just before we were on air, you got children. You said that you became a Wednesdayite from your dad, obviously being a little bit closer to S6 than York than you are at the minute.
Than I'm now. It's going to be difficult for me, but he's going to be a Wednesdayite. He will be.
I was just going to say, have you got
he's a boy. I got a boy and a 6-year-old boy, and a baby girl. 5-month-old girl. But I took Oscar, he's called, me and my dad took him up for the MK Dons game, his first game this season.
Oh, brilliant.
So when we was picking them, Dad was like, I've got to pick a game we're going to win, an easier game. And we went 2-1 down at half time. It was a good game in the end. Loads of goals, and he enjoyed it. He loved it. Yeah, we did that first match package.
Oh yeah, brilliant! Yeah,
it was really good. It was good from the club what they do there, and being on the pitch when Hi Ho Sheffield Wednesday was blaring out was good for me as well. I loved it.
It's totally different. You don't. Well, I suppose not many people get to experienced that. Obviously,
No.
you're either in one of the stands, aren't you, doing it
Yeah,
with your
yeah.
family or your mates and everything, but not actually not on the pitch listening to it, because sometimes, depending on the game, the atmosphere, it's pretty special.
Yeah, but prior to that game, me and my dad, the 5 previous games or 4 previous games we'd seen Wednesday, we'd lost as well. So that game, we've had a bit of a bad time the last few years. So when we was 2-1 down, I was like, oh, here we go again. My dad was like, never going again.
Well,
we lost.
I think your son can now say that he's obviously got 100% record.
Yeah.
So you could keep taking him, and you could keep winning and break your hoodoo, which sounds like you've got.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But saying that, when I had the season ticket, I moved back down 2016, like halfway through the season. And then obviously since the end of that year, it's gone downhill since. So I think I need to get a season ticket again. But I don't know if my missus will let me do that, travelling up from Cornwall.
I mean, what's that? 300 and odd miles? Is it 300 miles?
Yeah,
or something?
it'd take us 5.5 hours, I'd say.
Well, that's great. That's great, because unless you lose, and from 5 o'clock on the drive down home, that's not going to be a pretty drive, mate.
No, definitely not. We have done it. The Wickham game 2012 when we got promoted. Me and my dad drove up.
Oh, the last game.
Back in the same day. That was a long day.
Oh dear, yeah, I bet it was.
Yeah,
worth it though.
Yeah, definitely worth it. Yeah,
worth it. Yeah. Well, as long as when you do it, like you say, like your son says, he wants to pick a good game, pick another good game, and hopefully 3 points, or the next round of the cup, or promotion, or whatever it is he comes next to. Just not a relegation one, please.
The thing is, with him, like you say, when I was a kid, was in the Premier League. So now we're in League One, and he wore his Wednesday shirt to school down here. And one of his mates said, "Who are they? What team's that?" I know.
How dare they?
I know, but it's going to be tougher for me, I think, than it was for my dad getting me to support him. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah. If he comes over and says, "I want a Man City shirt," I'll tell him to get out.
You can find a new house with that Man City shirt. Yeah, nice. Obviously, mate, I wish you the best in that. Obviously, it's gonna be a hard one. I'll not lie.
I mean, it will be.
I had no choice, and my son had no choice, and it was luckily he wanted to go to games, and I took him to Hillsborough, and it stuck with him. So luckily, I was all right. And obviously, where I live, it's very 50-50 with the other half of Sheffield. It's not. I don't live in like a predominantly Wednesday or predominantly United. It's thing. So he's got mates that are all United fans. Well, he's got mates that are Liverpool fans, but that's another thing. But that's it.
Yeah, there's quite a few Wednesdayites down here though, in Cornwall.
All right.
There's quite a few down here. I've got a couple of mates that are around my age, supported them. And another story, my dad when he played veterans football, and an ex-Wednesday player lived in St Ives, where I grew up. Gary Bannister.
Oh right, yes.
And my dad played with him. I trained with him, and also he's a good player still. I think he's moved away now from down here, but that's one claim to.
Is that forgive me, because obviously it's very ignorant of me, and I should know this.
Yeah.
Is there a what is it, Southwest?
Oh yeah, there is a
Sheffield Wednesday.
I think it's South Wales supporters group or something like that. It's called. Yeah, but Dad, because when we was at Wembley 2016, my dad went up on a coach that was organised by them. Obviously, I'd come down from York, but he got on the coach from down here. And I think he had to drive to Bristol and then got on the coach from there, the supporters group.
Oh, right, from Bristol.
He met there. So there's a group down here.
Then. Oh, nice. So you're not alone then, all the way down there.
No.
Good to hear.
There's a few of us.
Well, I'm gonna wrap it up there, Jack. Thank you very much for joining us. I mean, it's been great to listen to you, and this is what it's all about, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having
Wednesday. No problem, mate. This is it. Talk Wednesday for half an hour. So if you're listening, anyone, if you want to get in touch, if you want to do exactly what Jack's done, and plenty of others, we've got a few more coming out, and we're going to try and get them out as every week for the next till we run out of Wednesdayites. Which would be great. But yeah, just get in touch, drop us an email, DM. You can see all the socials on the bottom of the screen here. If you want to do exactly what Jack's done and talk to me or one of the other podcasters, drop us a message and we'd love to hear from you. So this has been my Wednesday for the Wednesday week. And cheers, Jack, mate. And
thank you very much.
Speak to you later.
Yeah, cheers, mate.